Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sicilian series here on the Lord Master channel. And bear in mind, I said the word Sicilian, which does not apply to, insular Sicily itself, which is now held by an independent Siculo-Arabic entity. After the recent Dissolution War that just took place there. And fortunately, Byzantium is in rebellion. Multiple rebellions, in fact, two of them. No, just one. One's a claim war, the other is, well, it's a holy war for Mesopotamia. Well, that part in particular, but actually, that's not a Muslim holy war. That's what I thought it was. No. This is a Polican religion. Heretics who, they kind of have existed over there for some time, but no, these are just isolated areas. And how did they form? Just curious. Oh no, they've always been around. It's inherited. They do come from that line of Policans, which again, it's a orthodox heresy, rejecting the divinity of Christ and a viewing of veneration of the cross as heathenish. The Policans aim to restore what they believe to be the true form of Christianity as laid out by Paul of Tarsus. Again, they're iconoclastic, they're Gnostics, unrelated faith. Pilgrimage is forbidden, and fundamentalist. So I could see why they're fighting a holy war to take this bit, not just a bit, but most of Mesopotamia, which is held by the Emir over there, that is an independent entity. Meanwhile, back in southern Italy, we have not expanded, but that time will come sooner or later. With Byzantium off our back, the one day I will control all of Calabria, and maybe perhaps the rest of Apulia. Because if I'm going to be around long enough, and knowing that I'm a very pious man, perhaps one day that I would declare a kingdom-sized holy war to kick Byzantium out of the Italian mainland for good. That would be my plan. But in the short term, we should raise a bit of money while we try to restore some more control in our capital of Bari, as taxation's improved. And Sicilian culture has recently been formed around here. Not Siculo-Arabic, because I made little to no effort to try to convert around here, because I feel that, well, the jizya tax of Catholics or Orthodox is a bit more useful to me. So I could see why they made little to no effort to try to spread Islam there, unless migrants moved otherwise, such as these areas. So we can assume there was some effort, but not enough. We do have two alliances, Amalfi and the Salami Emirate. Descendants of those who moved over there. Just one of the sons. And soon, Wali Muhammad will be ruling all of this for himself, extolled by the house. So the alliance will still be on, regardless. So we'll raise a bit of money, because I plan on going on a war against Salerno, to conquer all of Salerno. In which after we have at least 2 more of the counties, we will usurp it for them. But I'd rather have it whole. Because I've got plans. But first we must recover for a while. With my leave, my son Mukhtar and his wetness parade around my chamber. Hanuman poses like our Earldom proclaims. My liege, you will witness a monumental occasion. Mukhtar is a mighty gift of you. Signs the fort. Go ahead, Mukhtar. Tell him. Father, I lost a tooth. My son proudly presents his toothless smile, handing me a pouch with the fallen tooth inside. Lovely, but keep your tooth as a good charm. Small prestige gain, because every little bit helps. Don't do anything. Collect taxes. And don't do any traveling unless there's an archery tournament involved. Even though at this point my martial skills are getting lower and lower as old age is starting to catch up to me. So you did. So you did. It is going to end up in a periphery phase at this point. What happens is that when periphery is reached, endemic warfare and raids have devastated the Sicilian frontier, leaving Sicily a ruined hinterland. Yet what is divided might unite once more. Perhaps one day an ambitious ruler will rebuild this land torn between 3 worlds. So what will happen with that is that the dominant substrat in Sicily will be determined by the number of counties, rulers, or specific culture in Sicily. The trade experience of rulers with the Sicilian signori trade. Every county in this Sicily region will receive county modifiers represented on the substrat. The decision to manage the Sicilian frontier will be cheaper for rulers associated with the dominant substrat, particularly Latins. The Sicilian frontier can be restarted by rulers who take a decision to either begin occupation of the Sicilian frontier, capital outside of Sicily, or revitalize the Sicilian frontier, capital inside. So that means those Latins up there are going to get more of the benefit than we and the Greeks do, which is unfortunate. But it would be all for naught, right? Nearby disease started in Cumae. Oh, it's a major one. Okay. Things may get serious here. That's Bloody Flux, a major outbreak. Remember what we heard from Mesopotamia? Which the Abyssinians are also in rebellion. That there was a major outbreak of them. So there's going to be a major outbreak that'll spread throughout the coast, and we fear it may go very round into Toronto and possibly here. So be prepared. That's why we didn't want to go to war just yet. But at least we'll get full control again. A walk through Bisignano is to be treated to a dreadful symphony of human suffering. Pestilence comes to this unassuming hamlet. When meeting the eyes of the affected, they look hollow and vacant inside, as if the spirit is elsewhere. Their clothes are stained in deep red around the rear. They clutch their stomachs as if to stop them from falling out. Anyways, people are calling this affliction Gregorios' flux. You are so unfortunate. 'Cause at least half of the peasant population has been affected, and it's only a matter of time until it spreads to nobility. Napoli is a sad, sad country. I say that because it suffered so many frontier wars and all those things, and now disease is going to be ravaging their countryside and eventually to others, including those that fought against them. So, summon the physician. I didn't lose the legitimacy. He did. That's what has happened. I'm still the ordained ruler, which does give me a bit of renown and popular opinion, which is what I want from the locals. A dim flickering light of infirmary illuminates the scene as the physician lays out a plan of attack. I have a number of observations regarding Gregorius' flux. Chiefly the way patients are afflicted with sanguine excretions like I've never seen before. The plague is sent to us by Baal. It is only thinking outside the box of traditional medicine we can hope to undo this curse. Thankfully, I'm an expert in mystical matters. I can provide cures for both the body and souls of people. Well, we're both into mysticism, you and I. So I'll say, whatever esoteric practices are required, we shall do. I trust in mysticism more than practicality. Let's see. Hold it right there. Too far away, that's way up there. Again, I'm not going over there. Is it present? It is present. Only in the countryside, though. Gregorius' flux has devastated the people of Vissigana. My corpse informs me that the local trade of produce is completely dried up as people wall in their homes and the streets awaiting Azrael's call. He blames the plague on the bad air surrounding the dead and dying. Our opposes that countering with a vast field of violets would do much to dispel this bad air and slow the spread of disease. It's worth a try. I told you that money was going to go elsewhere. Decried as heretical by many, Chazagaz's treatments seem to have worked quite well in slowing the spread of disease. Exercise regimens to sweat out the corruption, bloodletting to release bad humors, and thorough cleansing to prevent the accumulation of miasma seems to be just the thing to stop Gregorius' flux. Wonderful. Mystical epidemic prevention. So yes, a mystical physician devised radical and strange treatments for the encroaching epidemic. Though they may upset the religious authorities, they seem to be highly effective. So, that's for me, not the land. Keep an eye on it, though. Again, it's expected to get very bad. If it does come near here, control the plagues. They defeated the heretics of theirs. There's already fatalities of Gregorius' flux. It's soon to reach Rome itself. Again, those who suffer bloody flux, what that is fever, delirium, and severe abdominal pain made this character expel blood in the latrines. critical health penalty, and for the elderly, it's severe penalty. It's a deadly disease. Has he taken measures? He has isolated the capital, yes. Zero control because everything's gone to hell over there. Because of the bloody flux that has spread to all of Napoli. Devastated by the Latins. Even Sorrento cannot escape from it. Oh. Near death, botched disease treatment. Who's their physician? This man. And he too also has a disease and he's a drunkard. Again, I feel bad for them. Sickly, pneumonia. He's about to lose his son. And then Stephanos. He too also has a disease, but he's been treated. So there's a chance he may not live. But however, he took a vow of celibacy. So it seems the Spartanos dynasty may soon come to an end, thus leaving him, alone. You know what? I want you to keep me tabs on all these people over there. As I said, I'm a bit fascinated of what they do over there, because I feel bad for them. Because I wanted to make an alliance with them in a previous episode, but it never came to fruition when we realized it's a lost cause over there. At least it's not going up to Bari, but... Remember what that does to the Barony economy. So 10% is this. Yeah, it's being ruined over there. Development and control there, especially in Napoli. Whatever measures they all took, I guess it's done well. Whereas I didn't need to get desperate there, but... Gregorios. He died of the bloody flux. He caught it too. Anastasios has recovered. Even though he took a vow of celibacy, but it's all because that's part of his medicine focus. He's unlikely to have children anytime soon. So he was unlucky number 13 with Gregorios. You made an alliance with someone of a different faith, or at least attempted to. A tournament in land of Serbia, that's closer. We can go to there. 1 second though. I'm 50 years old, and I'm not as good as I once was. What kind of tournament is it? Board game. Well, I don't have much in the way of wit. The prizes will be of good quality. Is that so? 1 second though. Train for the tournament. call of steel cannot go on, so I shall don my equipment and head to the training ground for some practice. Then you turn to the right, Monica says. While dealing a power blow to my sword, it makes it take a couple of steps back. Then we'll go Jotto on you in the journey, my lord. Nay, says, drawing the sweat from his one. If you want to win, you can't afford to lose. Not even to me. Not even once. 23% of my prowess increase by 1. 48% become well trained. 20% may become wounded. And every single one of these fighters, their prowess goes up or none. Well trained. So we'll start with a higher progress of victory. Let's go win that board game as we'd be heading to what is that area though? Tripcha. Tripcha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. If I remember my Serbo-Croatian. Okay, look. Get experience, gotta get a mountaineer, and then you should be alright. It's the shortest way. But on the way back from there, take the safer route. Perhaps not quite, but you get the idea. Wetlands over there is more dangerous. Change course. After you leave, you should actually go this way through the Albanian highlands. Directly on, then you're good. Just want to have less chance of a danger. And you are coming with me. At least there is time for all that, you know? Bringing the children with me, including Mokhtar. Plus, disease isn't coming here anytime soon, and it's not going to get to the Adriatic, so we should be fine. Lokas is the captain, and Evdis, the Armenian, is the mountaineer. Right, while we're there, we should seize the opportunity to experience the Sepski culture. Let's hope for no delays while we're on the way there. As per the south in the morning, I see a canoe stand outside the camp all alone. As I walk over to talk to her, I notice a change in wind. A warm wind rustles my clothes for a second. I notice the pleasant sunlight shining down on the camp. Signs of warmer days to come. Get back on your horse, Kenwa. We will have more than enough time to watch the scenery as we travel to Vietjan. Monitoring perk lifestyle. Mustering. Traveling through domain holdings improves the effectiveness of your stationed men at arms. Though small number that they are. And I would like to get inspection not only for domain taxes, but also gain access to the inspection activity, which we will perform a thorough inspection of your lands to ensure the realm is a well-running machine, and look for opportunities to improve the current bureaucracy and situation. Because, you know, that sounds like Sawdan to him, as he's more of an administrator himself. Well, not administrator himself, but you get the idea. He's a man of stewardship. Traveling through the rugged terrain of Pilot, a challenge arises as the hillsides of steep sharply. My courtier Lucas and my wife Tassa begin to argue about the best approach to traverse the treacherous trail. Lucas, your suggestion is reckless, exclaims Tassa, visibly frustrated. Lucas retorts, and yours is cowardly. Sees Montage at an impasse. Now listen to me. You need to work together. We'll have faster travel, and travel will be a lot safer, and they'll stop being around us. careful, this is my son and heir. Let you eat it. Good on you, son. Here we are. Arrived at the turnery. I greet the band of Jean as they wander past me. One stronger behind the rest makes me pause, spinning my heel at the cart and figure. They are clad in shapeless, ill-fitting armor, their eyes wide and clearly terrified beneath the helmet. Something isn't right here. Stepping forward, I rip off the helmet before they have a chance to react. Standing before me, looking around furtively to see if anyone had noticed, is none other than a woman, dressed as a Faris, no less. Planning to compete as a Faris, and even. Right, it's Reaver Blade Master Rouse 21 and a worthy commander. Because this is one of the few ways to get, you know, female commanders or fighters potentially. So I'll say I could do with the services of someone like you. So this character will be able to lead armies regardless of gender norms. She'll join that tournament and becomes my VIET, which is, you know, the Serbian word equivalent to knight and all that. The Faris in Arabic. Because, you know, we do need good fighters. Serbian women are strong, some say. I've been traveling for a long time until I found a cave in the wilderness. Curious, I took a few steps in and saw nothing but darkness. I motioned for one of my guards to bring a torch, and once had the light from the torchfire to help us see further, I realized that this cave must have been very deep. A couple of bats were hanging about, observing me warily as I considered what to do. I'm feeling adventurous. Let's explore the cave. This is for +1 stewardship. I'll be surprised if Mansa doesn't sweep the floor with the other contestants. I hear as I walk around the camp, a group of visitors are eating around a pot. I spot the very Emir of Mansa sitting with them. You exaggerate, my friend, says as purses her lips. Allah Azza gave us a subtle nod. If you'll excuse us, is there something the Lord wants to discuss? Winning won't make you any friends. So my score will increase moderately while hers decreased greatly. I'm going to make sure I win the damn thing. My Verzan stand assembled at today's training. There, 10 later with Kit, Esbion and myself stand before all. Verzan, what you do not know has come to be taught, urges Esbion. Together we represent the Emir. Let us together prepare our glories. In the eyes gleaming, command us. Razan, prove your keenness. Both I have mine. Straining of faculties is worthy of sweating the day away. All of our score decreased slightly, while I gain a bit of the bow and wit. Because, you know, I still got the bow skill. I actually want to go visit the village next. A visit to Amsterdam was exactly what I needed to relax before the contest. As I promenade through the streets, I see local children emulating a battle, using sticks as their weapons and yelling some "For the honor of my house!" and multiple "Ah!" I stopped to admire one of the most prominent buildings, proudly standing in the middle of the square. I inspect a bit closer, however, I quickly noticed some ancient inscriptions. I'll say, wait, is that Latin? How did that get there? After all, the land of Serbia was once part of the Roman Empire, so any Latin inscription remnants shouldn't be surprising. The contest takes their places at the gaming tables, fluffing their cushions or requesting refreshments. As the herald announces the contest commences, the game cells are right out of the chess tables. The piece is polished and Immersion. The board game qualifiers come in, and it's clear will be put forward to the quarterfinals and stands. The varied pitches of volumes for the crowd's choose leads to no questions and favorites. For my first bout, I've been paired against my fellow contestant, Zupan Uros of Usara. See that? Muslim faiths only condone wagering on archery and race contests. So, I don't do betting in board games. So, I am ready. This is no way to win. I'm just. The table flips with an almighty thwack, sending the tablet of pieces flying. Uros' mood turned suddenly several moves ago as he realized simple mistakes already and decided the game in my favor. Yes, yes, you win, Amir Sawdan. Happy? Just say, come, let's go back a few moves. I gain a bit of stress, but the score increases slightly. A soft click on a moving piece disturbs the calm. We're deep into the endgame now, and the game is heading to bounds. Ponder what has already happened, such as when my opponent overturned the table entirely with an almighty crash. How this game ends is anyone's guess. The margin of victory is so small, the cost there is so large. You seem awfully sure of yourself. 61% chance to score increase moderate. 15, nothing. 23, decrease. That's a win. I can't help but allow my vestige to crack a moment and smile as my opponent falls perfectly to the trap I laid. A few moves later, I press the opening into advantage. It's soon clear there's no coming back for Uros. I grind him down, inexorably moving towards victory as his position weakens slowly but irretrievably. The judges call in, and I have won. Victory. About between Zupan Vitislav and Knez Mutimir has been decided. It was close but in the end, Vitislav swooped in when Mutimir made one of the classic blunders. Vitislav is through the semi-final. Fine contest. The board game quarterfinals are over. Darrow booms. Amir Sawdan of Bari, Zupan Ivan of Sturmica, Zupan Vitislav of Srebrenica, and Rostko have reached the semi-finals. My next bout will be against my fellow contestant, Zupan Ivan. He's a Bulgarian, 70-year-old, and in good health, fine health. I keep a trained eye on the Taberna as my opponent prepares to make his next move. To my shock, Ivan picks up his piece and breaks the rules right in front of me. What manner of trickery is this? I object! Oh, forgive me. My opponent smugly rests his hands on the table. I was under the impression we were playing by Bulgar's rules. As a just man, I would say, Judge! No bribery here. Just say, Judge! 99% chance that the judge rules by Siculo-Arabic rules. Off-click and movie features Serbs calm. We're deepening endgame now. The gang hangs bounce. So I ponder what has already happened. Such my opponent when called for me to respect the interpretation of the rules. I'm winning by some margin, provided I could press this advantage hard. Victory is sure on the horizon. Do this again. That's a win. Same description. There goes Ivan. The bout between Rostko and Zupan Vitislav was decided. It was close fought, but in the end, Rostko forced Vitislav in the position of forfeit. Rostko is still defined. Alright, Amirs, Sawdan, Amari, and Roscoe reached the final. They've reached the final bout. Roscoe's all that stands between me and victory. He is Kay's Mutimir's vocative and personal physician. So a priest and a physician. And he's got some high learning. I can do this. You speak my tongue. Good. One more time. And I win. The moment I leave my hand, leaving the playing pieces, I know I made a mistake, and my opponent's artfully laid trap is sprung. A few more moves, I'm clear disadvantage on air. Forced position I didn't want at all. Soon, there is no coming back for Roscoe. He fell right into my trap. Not noticing my carefully planned finale, or a nonchalant gesture, my last move clicks on the board, and the judges call an end, and I have won. I win. Trumpets sound the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest over someone's moment says being ready. The herald steps forward, voice moving out across the scene. After many trials and tribulations, and above all else, the truly superior competition, Amir Sawdan beats Roscoe in the final. Sawdan is our winner. Surely there are none in Rashka that can match my skill. I prove my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won. 35 gold and didn't need to bet. Now I'm the Grand Master. Maximum battle roll 3. Useful when I lead my troops for the future conflict against Salerno. Let's go to that temple. I take a moment to myself in a small temporary sorry, standing respectfully distant way. Pondering in the presence of all, I find myself wondering as I wish. In my heart of hearts, to say there come these days of revelry. Let me find inner peace. Inner peace. The sun comes down on the final day of tournament, and the mass crowds begin to disperse, find myself ruining results. My sharp mind outthought all the adversaries to win the board game. And I've won the prize brooch. An opulent brooch of excellent craftsmanship. It consists of a ruby cabochon that is adorned with intricate filigree. Awarded to me as Sawdan by Kniz Mutamir for winning the board game contest. Legitimacy up, and plenty of wit that's been gained for here. It would be nice to get a lot more of this, but play more board games in my late life, perhaps. I'll take my leave. Take the safer Albanian mountains. By safe, I mean it's gonna get cold up there. Ancient plaque in prize brooch. Got it. Got all the trinkets, but yet I have no crown, no regalia, nor weapon or armor. Oh yeah, it's definitely happening. Whatever they've been doing while I'm gone, it's good. And the disease has not been spread further. It seems it only devastated parts of it, especially in Napoli, which claimed the life of its ruler. Penalized plague trials. Locals counted with only trials for groups which they blame for the recent plague. Practice is broadly condemned by the nobility. And there's corruption. Again, it started in Cumae. Disease started in Napoli. And, well, chaos and disorder reigns over there. And now they're being subjected by a frontier raid. And coming soon, an expedition to Napoli, assisted by Salerno, to bring the Andalusian Arabics to to decide to simply put them out of their misery. That's their plan. They're ready for new governorship of Napoli, ruled by someone of the Arab-Berber world. Traveling trip. Enter the land of Klos. We welcome by a troupe of entertainers. There are puppet shows, dancing, and song. My son, Mukhtar, seems to join the music and is delightfully enthralled by one gesture in particular. The man is an extraordinary performer, juggles several instruments in playing between them. An Albanian, for once. Wow. I could use a jester, and my son would love it for that. Xenophon, the Albanian, and a poet. He can come. Nice fellow. He'll be the court jester. It's been snowing for days now, and the road ahead appears completely impassable. Now, as I look ahead, I see a small group of people approaching us fast across snowdrifts. Soon a man stands before me and speaks with a wide grin. You seem to be in quite a predicament, but fear not. For a fair price, we will help you to return to your travels. Helping others is his own reward, so I have higher diplomacy than he does, so 67% chance that he'll join us, or 32% chance that we're going to be delayed here for 2 weeks. Alright, he's coming with us. He'd make a heck of a commander, a cautious leader, and a winter soldier. Finally, the plague has left the Roman. They must take this as an opportunity to rise from the council's way. We now emerge from the wreckage of the old world, and the time has come to consider the new. Let's spare no expense to rebuild. It's only that area. Let me see one wonder experience. Full wonder and just short of being seasoned. Travel will be a whole lot safer these days. So I'm pretty happy with those results. Soon the lands are going to dominate here, which is definitely going to put a hurt to us. As my tribe grows up, it's become clear genetics played a significant role in its development. Fortunately, as it turns out to be comely. Wrote that footnote. Very good. Win a war you started against a man of all order. Oh, I just noticed. He's about to die of cancer. Which makes him, the next ruler. As Moscow will be worst off. This will give us the opportunity to... The Caliph's been killed during by a populist uprising by Assyrians. Huh. Yes, an Assyrian uprising in this part of the world. Should they win, they would get independence. And that reminds me. Yes, the Afro-Romans, who are Catholics, did win their independence. So yes, Afro-Roman states exist now. Bunch of them, in fact. But it's only the Emir Juba of Gabes, of that area there, are the true Catholics of the Afro-Romans. Can't make alliances with them, obviously, since they're outside of the struggle region. My favorite task is what's getting upset about Chamber last night's false. This I lost it done already, seeing corn. Why not to her satisfaction or simply busy? Or street warm in someone else's bed? I'll investigate this myself. She's innocent. Oh, died sickly. That was the sickly twin. Increased autonomy. So there was a threat of a peasant revolt, but they decided to give in to their demands, so they're actually a lot weaker than already is, so maybe we should take consideration to declaring a holy war. But be careful. Catholic rulers may join the war. Because I'm not waiting for this. We'll gain it by winning battles anyhow. And are currently distracted by the ongoing conflict with Napoli to help bring foreigners to the land for new governance. 2 frontier raids. There's just no hope for Napoli, you know? But again, we're doing this for gaining another duchy title. Once I have that, then I will take the decision to manage the Sicilian Frontier. We will get this done soon. I'm just stalling for time a bit. Make some more money, and then we'll get the rest of the money through looting. So we can spend it on usurping that title. That's actually far away from here, not interested. Became rival of another ruler. Nemesis, of course. Bitter revelries. You're at peace, right? Good, because I'm going to need you for this. Because we want to defeat Salerno quickly before others, like, looking at you up there. Swabian Pope. Who is in fact currently fighting a war. What the hell? Spoleta conquest? Fativoli, close to Rome. Now why they want to do that? Let me see. Is it due to their martial ability that gives them... Aha! Quarrelsome. That's why these Longobards over there, they're allowed to do conquests. I thought other cultures don't do that, but no, these guys do. And don't forget, they're Longbeards. Which is a thing that's unique to them. I'm sure the armies of the papacy have been badly beaten by those Longobards up there. So that definitely presents the opportunity. Right. Oh, apparently I missed this up there, this device. You can now choose who's your favorite child. This means they will have a higher opinion of you when you die, and you can choose to continue your legacy as them instead of your heir. Your favorite child could be children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, for as long as they're in your dynasty. Open your character view. Highlight it. In the character view, you find the child you want to designate your favorite. Right-click on the child to interact, and look to choose your favorite child option, or to click on the children. From your children. From that, choosing a favorite child also means that the other children might have a lower opinion of you. After selecting a favorite child, there will be an icon in their portrait, even if they're not your heir. It is possible to continue as them after you die. If you want to change your favorite child, return to the character view and select another one. So, for example, Eugenius here. Favorite child. Choose favorite child. So it's pre-select the character to showcase among your potential next playable characters, in which he's the heir to one of the counties there. So just looking at, for example, say you're the favorite, just has a opinion increase or decrease. That's what that's for. Yeah. Also, I never really bothered about getting led Violent Defense, and then there's the 3 victories Sawdan. Left the jousting field, says John. The ultimate contested Emir Sawdan has won a tournament for the 3rd time. No living soul on earth could rival him. See, that sounds better than just a Violent Defense. I mean, that was just, hey, I wasn't there. But this, yeah, that sounds a lot like him. And there's a reason why I never really bother starting a legend. You know how much this costs of promoting that? In addition to having a court chronicler, and how much it costs to help spread the legend in thereabouts? I think I could possibly do that, because it means more prestige, let's see, and the promoters, more prestige and martial to them, and on account here locally, more popular opinion, station homes, especially popular opinion that I find most attractive, knowing that I'm not particularly popular for most of these lands, except, you know, the areas where locals are pacified. But Greeks do look at me highly, which is partly the reason why I often describe Sawdan as being a sort of a Grecophile. He does appreciate the Greeks, although sometimes they do cause him grief, but you'll get the idea. The bastards of Jakarta. The master of the hunt does beyond brings word of base murmur. I'm hearing much talk from Jakarta. Said there are excellent prospects of hunting thereabouts. There are many worthy bastards roaming in the woodlands. Interesting. Don't know if I would go for it because I have other priorities, such as going to war against Salerno very soon. Every now and then, the sky over Taranto turns several colors at once. Unnatural hues of purple, red, green, blue, pink, and more. This lasts for several hours. Such a strange phenomenon has been going on for many days and was witnessed throughout many settlements. It could be seen for miles and miles. Though there were no known effects, many who witnessed it are bewildered. Neither the local scholars nor imams could explain what is going on. Who knows what mysterious forces are at play there? Strange phenomena have been reported in the area at random times during the day. The sky becomes unnatural colors such as pink. No one knows why this is happening. Tiny bit of development growth there. Alright, let's go for it. Holy War for Salerno, and then after the fight is finished, at least you do not have allies anymore. You are alone and isolated. And also, due to the death of the old ruler, these forces over there have lost their support from Salerno. Salerno is isolated. And some areas of the country have the worst of what's going on in the levels, so you're going to be entering into a rather lawless area. No one's going to help you. So let's begin. Put him here. I'll lead. Because some of the areas have plains and farmlands that would be suitable for fighting. Hopefully. And plus, it's for my own personal glory. Because the older I get, the lower martial I'll have, so this could be my last war for me to lead my troops personally. Level 3 fort, level 4, level 4, so Potenza is the first place to besiege. And don't call any allies in. Unless I see the papacy joining, then I will definitely call reinforcements. And with war profiteer, we would make small income, little by little. And we still got good fighters with us. Sicilian stronghold disappears. Look how small they are. So we should take Potenza and then head straight to Salerno. Because with lowered control, they'd have lowered levies. A frontier like Sicily can only suffer so much instability before inevitability declines. Over time, it was devastated from a declining economy, depopulation, and immigration, and never-ending warfare due to both internal squabbles and outside attacks. A declining economy. During this period of transformation, the Latin West has emerged as the strongest influence in these ruined lands, forming something of a societal and cultural substrata. Still, even such ties are not enough to overcome the reality of Sicily. The irony that a region located in the center of the Mediterranean has, ultimately, become its impoverished periphery. Maybe one day, ambitious rulers will make Sicily prosperous and prominent again, but until then, it must linger on in irrelevance. The history of Sicily is so full of twisted turns. So the lands have won out here, but for those outside of that, there will be more control decline, travel will still be dangerous, and building costs is increased. It's expensive to build new things. So, It can be restarted, by the way. This is not the true end of the struggle yet. It's just, this is a period of, just like what we've seen, chaos. And still is in this case. And now, ongoing war here. No rest for the wicked. But we're doing this because we still must establish a Muslim foothold here. And then after that, we will try to focus on ourselves. As I gauge in idle chat, which is good today. He asked me, have you read about how the Ashari scriptures describe hell? Some say that parts of hell are very hot and fiery, where you're in great pain from the heat and constantly burning. Other parts, are freezing cold and your limbs will grow numb with the pain as you freeze to death again and again. I have to wonder whether a hot hell or a cold hell is preferable. Hot or cold? Well, whereas I live in a temperate area. And plus, I'm a rather virtuous man, so I'll say, let's focus on living virtuously so we'll never see those places. I mean, that sounds a lot like him, being virtuous, and he used to become a paragon of virtue soon. And he had a perfect pilgrimage. So don't talk about such things. The only hell I see is right here. War. War is hell, sometimes. But it has its moments. I step out of my tent to siege camp sprawls up before me. A bristling mass of tents, shacks, and lean-tos of wood and mud and shit. Flags float above the throng. Diggers hunt over campfires, tossing on wood or brushing sheepskins clean. A low retainer approaches me and forces the siege ended. I gather my bodyguards at the edge camp. The Signoria of Potenza stands before me. The shambles, a burned shell, in the fields between a vast, sickly black cloud of locust swarms. Yellow bands on their hard shell carapaces have swung to bursting. Shrill, rattling sounds fill the air as acrid smoke swirls above them, swirling through the air. And the locusts descend upon their kin, stripping them bare, leaving a field of flesh and blood and a hollowed hulk of waste. Long rows of hovels, burnt down to dirt, are surrounded by rings of bodies impaled on spears. Grieving widows keen on pierces the academic. My men look at me for directions. Spare it, because this will be our land soon. My men dragged the surviving court of the Signoria of Potenza. Any of you particularly talented at something? Like Caravan Master, maybe? Nah. None of them are worth a damn to me, and plus they're all low-born women when we saw them. No nobles. Release them all. As I would say, as a just man. I'll head straight for Salerno. 300 strong. But they can move fast, you know. They're trying to escape. Come on, fight me. Fine. Take over. Let him run. As the Emirate of Bari increases its development, there are several additional needs in terms of infrastructure for the county to use full potential. Roads, bridges, aqueducts, public baths, sewers, basic healthcare facilities, and much more are in demand across the county in order for it to grow. Unfortunately, all these facilities cost gold, and I'm the one who's required to foot the bill. We reached the development of 10. So let's do it at reduced costs, because I have high stewardship and I'm an architect. As the level of development of this county reaches 10, additional support of the infrastructure must be built in order to continue to sustain its growth. Cost to invest of the Emirate of Bari is significantly reduced because you are either an architect or have at least a stewardship of 21. So we will have the adequate public infrastructure continuous development. You got it. There's plenty of loot for us. You got an ongoing conflict? Expedition of Salerno. What the hell? So these two there. Ethical Vulture, you're the one that started it. You started this. Expeditionary forces to come. So, when we take over Salerno, does that mean, will it cancel out the expedition, or do we have to fight against them? My daughter, isn't that, finished less out by health on the management of treasury and the gold area. This seems to take it in less than heart with a reinforced sense of justice. She's constantly talking about how everyone from the highest emir to the lowest sorcerer plays their part of the economy of the realm. Strong sense of justice will endear you to the people. Call to war. Orthodox uprising. I'll be there. If I can. How big is the... Oh my goodness. That is a big uprising. Gather your men, please. I'm glad I didn't call you to the war. Once we're done with Salerno, I'll try to get down there as soon as I can. We have to be at peace to usurp the title, if I remember correctly. Yet again, I'm invited by Canwa to enjoy a tempting sex part in a secluded villa. The venue looks promising with some dozen participants dressed or undressed to suit their tastes and allure. And there's always a risk of getting announced. Just as how far my dog instincts or not. Look, you may be lustful, but you're already pregnant, for goodness sakes. No need to talk about that while you're heavily pregnant. Gotcha. Step out of my tent as the siege camp sprawls out for me. A patchwork of tent cities straddling a rise overlooking the Signoria of Salerno. Flags flap and flutter all along the horizon. In various intervals, fires burn. Cut timbers laid stacked like a wall outside the tents. My low retainer approaches and informs the siege end. I gather my bodyguards headed out to camp. The Signoria of Salerno stands before me. A wreckage of burning wood and broken stone. Between here and there, the charred remains of a dozen cramped huts, the carcasses of goats, sheep, wild dogs, and of course our men. Scourged bodies hang from the charred branches, a punishment no doubt, for some misdeed during the siege. Shocked survivors stumble over the wreckage and pull loved ones on the piles of their bodies. Spare it, because this will be our land. Now these, we should have a look at it. Because there are some people that he may care, and I'd be willing to ransom them. So do imprison them all. Now, look here. Attenta. He did acquire cattle, so yes, it's good enough to end the war. Even if we have him as prisoner. It's already a win to us. This man just escaped. Escaped his guards somehow. He tricked Xenophon the Jester into freeing him. And Xenophon, a Jester who, I don't know what he did, so he kind of wretched man, the war-ravaged area. When he attacked them, Megaphod Losha fend them off. These two Albanians sticking together. Scare them off if you can. Got him. Okay, we can ransom him now. 25. Because I want to get some money off of you so we could start saving up to usurp your title once peace is done. Stood strong in the face of the enemy. My soldiers fought valiantly so far in the battle of Siculo-Arabic. We are slowly growing tired as our foes push harder and harder, raged against their demise. After a prolonged period of combat and a strong enemy counter-push, my men are stumbling around, exhausted, in dire need of motivation. Seeing the opportunity to deliver some inspiration, I step out to give my warriors a stirring speech to reinvigorate them and restore their drive to continue battling against a difficult foe. Once I step up, I begin to ponder what I might say, as a few of my souls stop fighting to watch me in admiration. No need for that, I'll just say, as you were. Maybe speechcraft isn't my strong suit. I say that because I'm gregarious. I'll spend some prestige, but it's not that big of a deal, really. As you were. Missed that opportunity to give a speech, which I'm like, oh no, there's no need for that. Give me more. Okay, look at this. Improved prowess, experience in foot, and 10 gold from spoils of war, and a battle with experience, 100 martial lifestyle. Begin to march south. We gotta deal with this uprising down there, which will take us about 4 months to get there. So we gotta go help out our friend down there in insular Sicily. With the very current arrives, Canva arrives, tears from Jake's addressed me without taking her eyes. Whatever, I think we should name her Canva after me. What do you say? Yeah, I mean, I do like the sound of the name, honestly. Plus Berber sounding names, so we kind of want to mix with Arabic, Berber, and Greek sounding names, knowing that that's what it's like here. Rowdy. Emirate of Calabria. You know, since he's rowdy, if he turns out to be, well, I don't know, good or better than Mukhtar, I may choose a favorite child. In terms of, well, who's more interesting of the sons of Sawdan that I see in the future? Now remember, you won the battle, you got the occupation, you can... Let me ransom you one more time. All you got before you will be left with ruling one measly little county. Enemy expeditionary forces have not yet arrived. But we'll see what happens. Are we going to help our friend? Or are we going to deal with the enemy expeditionary force? And with that, I will gain 90 legitimacy, devotion, And he may become an adventurer, but unlikely, because he's only going to be... I mean, is a vassal, but I think it'll just be left at that. So, let's talk peace. See, all that's left is over there. Just as predicted. Now we have to defeat the expeditionary forces. So no, he's not going to become a adventurer. He still has a bit of land, which is no longer a bother now. Defending Salerno would be more important now, because the numbers that our allies have cannot compare, so we gotta help them out. I'll deal with this soon. And lastly, take that title off of him. You are just a measly comite. Since their forces are small, and I assume since they're going to come from over there, their forces are probably just as small. So down there is the bigger threat, because I want them to maintain their strength. Because if they try to take over all the lands where the Greek Orthodoxy people live, then there's bound to be trouble. And look, you get to hold all of these if I have more sons in coming future. Now, let's march. Glory is widely known. We gotta deal with the expeditionary forces sooner rather than later. Sickly. Why are you even around? You've never given me children. Divorcing you would just only cause pride, and that's pretty much it. That's not that big of a deal. I'll look for someone young. Because the children that I have isn't enough. Because some died sickly, and we may have another one that may die sickly soon. Well, you're pretty good skilled. A Persian woman who is well traveled. Does have a rival? Well, get yourself out of there. Come to me only because of skills rather than looks or anything else like that. See, the forces are getting bigger and bigger. They don't have men-at-arms. Oh, they do now. Skirmishes. And they brought siege weapons. They're not going to stop. Additional taxes. We're going to let them occupy it. We want to stop with the uprising. As my predecessors, at least some kind decided to apply harsh laws to keep people in dread high, it's now time to review the policy and set the path for my own decision. Revoke those harsh laws. It's going to remain lawless territory for the time being. You offer peace? You haven't done anything. Or have you realized that our strength is definitely going to destroy you? So, I'll accept this. White peace is better than no peace. We gotta deal with these enemy forces up there. Don't let them get captured. We'll be crossing the straits soon. The forces of the Sicilian Emirate have gotten away. But now these forces in Bartholomeus, damn! Man's a flexible enemy defense advantage reduced. But we'll see what we can do. Advantage theirs. Oh no! They got a lot more soldiers up there. I'm better at fighting in plains. Yes, yes. Fight on my turf. Yes, you have a better army counter. Yes, you have more soldiers in. More men-at-arms counter? Well, that depends on what you ask, because what you have is just basically light footmen. Which is good against heavy infantry, which we do have some, but there are other ways to defeat skirmishers, such as our bowmen. And we do have... already. Oh, we got some very good photos on. Of course, they do not, so... I'm feeling slightly confident. But we'll be fighting in plains. So we'll be fighting in neutral ground, not turf, and I'll have the advantage. And, got a little trick up the sleeve. This is the reason why I made you the primary sauce in the first place. Increase the marshal. Just to have a slightly better advantage. Let's see how this goes. He has the advantage. I caught these two hidden a bench. A very irate cook shots at me, dragging my son Mukhtar and Philippos until they stole a whole keg of wine, and Mukhtar just sat there as Philippos drank himself to near oblivion, says angry. Says my ward protected his partner in crime, keeping a look at it while abstaining to drink himself. Now listen, drink is key to merriment and fun. You should be gregarious. Look, you are called the Prince of Fashion, and if you want to make so for it, you need to be gregarious. Meanwhile, we have a tiny advantage, but there are far many men up there. Over here. We're inflicting more casualties than this, but it could still go either way. Well, has been slain. Our warrior has fallen. We got a much better roll now, so we're hitting them. Raditz was wounded by an enemy soldier. That's our Serbian female warrior. Murdered. As the battle rages on, I realize there are multiple weak points in our front line which are particularly vulnerable to an enemy spearhead attack. Screaming out my men to cover the softened area, my voice breaks, and I realize they will not be able to hear me. Quick, I say to the men around me, you need to come with me. I command him and usher in the direction of the weak spot. As we arrive, the enemy has already begun charging into a vulnerable gap in the line, so I rally the men to brace for the coming charge. Whilst we hold, I hear an enemy general shouting a muffled command, followed by the groans of numerous enemy footmen. What was that sound? I think before a rain of spears and javelins descend over the shoulders of enemy push. As the projectiles slam into the men around me, One smacks past my head, excruciatingly close to penetrating my skull. As I turn in shock, I see the same spear destined for my head lodge into the chest of a lifeless footman behind me. Jarred and stunned, I wobbled away from the enemy charge, a nauseating mix of fear and shock. That could have been me. Ooh. I'll say that was close. Way too close. Just got a near-death experience here. So I'm recoverably traumatized, but allowed to stay at the front lines of combat. I will be at risk of further events which may traumatize me further. We got them all. We got them all. So, Stennis was murdered, and the Andalusians have now taken over Napoli. So he's on his way to his new realm that he decided to make as his new capital. And this man is into authority focus, and he does have absolute control. So he will be the one to restore order in Napoli. So Napoli will experience a new era and a new administration. And we'll see how long their peace lasts. So yes, Sawdan still has a bit of fight in him. Only you can end it. Cowpox? Where? Over there. Unlikely it would come over here. Way to go. Too late. Right. Now that we've taken care of this, we have the 3 duchy titles for the reward of 2,000 renown. And I do not want to conquer Rome for 1,000 gold, because you would risk triggering the Crusades early. But I do vow that one day we will get rid of the Byzantium out of Sicily. And as we do have good enough income, I believe it is time to settle this with... first, hold mystical communion, and then manage the Sicilian Frontier. Even a frontier needs to be managed properly. So we reform government practices, ideas for new and far can improve administration, fortify strategic settlements where our counties need to be well defended, update bureaucratic records where detailed records of necessary needs on certain times, or promote loyal officials to find good courtiers to serve them out, patronize archdiocese where outsiders would be surprised how cultured the frontier is, or attract more immigrants, where Sicily is a colonial society that could use settlers from near and far. Be realistic though. Despite all the lowered control here, and will likely remain so because of the land substrate. Again, what that does is just lowers the control decline. But instead we're actually gaining more than decrease thanks to internal affairs focused by me and having a good seneschal. So that should not be an issue. But Salerno, however, needs help. And it's also home of a university. where you can have the ability to send to university education hubs for rulers within the same realm. Which, as the owner of it, level of fame up for the learning. A bit of renown, multi-lifestyle experience, and cultural fascination progress. It's excellent. 1 second. I didn't know that lowers house unity for doing that. And yet, when I send university that day, oh my goodness. Never mind then. How much is the cost to, oh. He's ill, he's infirm. Time for a new decision. We'll fire you. First things first. Check the effects. Domain taxes, popular opinion. I may go for that. Fortified strategic settlements. Every county owned, fort level up. Counties you own with stronger has a reduced chance of getting negative effects. 11 chance that a knight will spawn a court based on your martial and level of fame. To update bureaucratic records. That's boosting control and tax income. And choose between relying on Latin or Greek or Arab-Berber documents. Small chance that every year the owner will gain a trade experience. Oh, I like that. Keep checking. You will select 2 potential courtiers to come to the court whose culture, favored education trade, which is always tier 3 or 4 based on your choices. Candidates were always available. Those from the other worlds, Sicilian Frontier, can be chosen if you have at least 50 trade experience. Well, I have one for Greeks, so it would be Greek, no doubt. Patronize arts and sciences. This is for more monthly lifestyle experience and cultural fascination progress, like owning a university. Choosing a world that you're not part of will cost you extra piety. 90% chance of within a year, a scholarly courtier from the relevant will appear to your court. Attract immigrants. County your own who get a county amount of boosting development and reducing the cost of constructed buildings. You can only attract immigrants to the world you belong to. Chance that a Sicilian stronghold may appear in your county your own, depending on what world you choose from. Plus, look at the prestige and piety gain if you pick any of those choices. Since I want to improve Salerno, which I may consider as my second capital, we should reform government practices. This will give me a lot of prestige and some legitimacy, so... No, you're thinking of bureaucratic records. That's the one with the control and tax. Because reform practices gives you domain tax and vassal tax contribution. You don't have much in the way of vassals. Out of popular opinion, it's good enough anyway. So, we'll go for this. Ultimately, we need more control and tax. And pick the documents of which one. This frontier is ours to rule. In the chaotic frontier of Sicily, good administrative records can be hard to come by. They can get lost, destroyed, or altered in dubious ways. It is important for my officials to periodically update the bureaucratic records from our territories in Sicily, from wills to property deeds to purchases of valuables and more. My steward, is helping with this effort and recommends we use either the Latin, Greek, or Arab-Berber records from this region to assist us in efforts in order to be more efficient. 8, 8, 8. It doesn't matter which one you pick. After all, I'm a Grecophile. Just a continue role-player character and what Sawdan is like in his relations with the Greeks. So I'll say rely on the Greek documents. So, as a reminder, one more time. While the county modifiers like, there is a small chance that every year the county owner will gain a trade experience in the track of the Sicilian seniority trait based on their skill. Every county that I own will use Greek bureaucratic records. Holding taxes go up, while the control growth goes up 0.20 a month. So this would stop the decrease over in Salerno. So we can get to work on it. Excuse me, here. Help this dear poor land. And our seneschal is good, but do we have someone excellent? No. No one's better than the Norseman. Cunning politician. Ah, Countess. It's another 20 gold. Born while imprisoned just 3 days ago. Very well. Commune with Allah, and I have done the. Hang on. Okay, we got a new one. It's horse race. It's Silistra. Oh, that's a long way away. You have to leave it in 7 days, but there is a pretty good chance where I may get delayed and I will never make it. So no. Ancient stone monument. Excuse me. Apparently here in Salerno, oh, and it's about to expire next year. A single flat stone of considerable size was recently discovered in the wilderness here. It's been carved by bygone people some centuries ago, though some attribute miraculous magical properties to it. It is too large to be reused, so it continues to sit, watching the world around it for all of eternity. Yeah, I'll go pay a visit to that. This is a good opportunity for it. Ancient stone monuments are a dime a dozen for some scholars, but there are some which intrigue even those without scholarly inclinations. It inspired the average person to admire and better understand it. For context, prehistoric stone monuments can be found in many places around the world. These monoliths, whose purpose is often uncertain or at least contested, inspired many legends and myths for later cultures that discovered them. To Salerno. Get a mountaineer and get a forest guide. Though there's a lot of danger. Because of lack of control, lands run the place, and all that. Let me customize the route. You know what? I'm going to take the safest route possible. Just go by sea. Just this idea. Just an experienced cat. We're going by sea. I'm not traveling by land. No way, no how. We're going to take the long way around. Route deviation too large. Okay then. No, you idiot. Deviation too large. Okay, that's acceptable. One more time. Are you sure you don't want me to go by sea? No. Even if you were to go back to where you once came. See? Shows deviation too large. Reset, reset, reset. Come on. It's only that once. I was just trying to get off easy. Okay, not to the sea then. But it seems, based on what I see, the safest route appears to be over here. No, no, no. Pay attention.
Mm.
100% chance of danger. Okay, I think we found a safer route. This way, yes. And I want you to go to there, to there, to there. That's it. There we go. We found our route. Forget the experienced captains. And get a mountaineer while you're at it. Yeah, there you go. That's a much safer travel. And the only real chance of danger is this part here, but oh well. It's better than up there. Temporary solution. And you forgot to bring a physician with you, unless one of these guests that you're bringing. Just forget it, okay? Just go. Unless one of you guys has. Oh, you finally arrived. We just barely left here. You know, long after night, I started finding myself laughing, telling stories of drinking with Arcus, Zolto, and Justinos. I didn't know he had it in him, but he ended up telling a particular revolt story about 4 peasants he had seen in Bari. After drying my eyes from the laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will. Bodyguard. Tell me another story. Ah, damn it. Just we're about to set outside, it starts pouring rain, as far as the eye can see. Can't help but curse my poor luck, but I've seen the dark clouds for a while. Want to make our journey in time with the setup, but risk it journey with the sweaters being what is this? No, please rest, because I don't want to get sick because we elected not to bring a physician. Because we don't have a good one. Keep getting late. Now that I'm qualified, hire one. While we're resting along the road of Corato, when a traveling Longo-Bard happens to pass by, she introduced herself as Kotani Lithings. One of my guards offered a woman a few coins in exchange for some entertainment. Kotani sang through the several songs in the local vernacular dialect. There was little doubt about her talent. The melancholy songs touched our spirits deeply, and the joyful songs roused our spirits. You know, I had a near-death experience, and I'm prone to get more stress. So I'll try to write down the notes on songs I like. So I have my favorites. So researched some local folk songs I really like, and made notes that they could all remember about these songs, even if it's not the same as hearing them in person. I'm trying to take it easy. Poor, average, good. Gothella is widely known in scholarly circles. Physician and a herbalist, though disloyal, and seems to be quite scarred. Be careful, though. We stopped by a town of Bovino for a quick rest. The town is known locally for its amenities and being a center of leisure. In several regards of my entourage, got shot by the local Longobardo girls. We need to go soon. It wouldn't be a bad idea to rest some more. I wouldn't mind having fun with the locals. More stress reduction and less gain. We entered a stretch of countryside of Bovino that lacked any sizable settlements. As the sun began to set, we came upon a farmhouse owned by an elderly woman named Swanhild. Make yourselves at home, and feel free to stay the night, Swanhild said. She welcomed us aside. I was just making a meal. Eat as much as you want. As we chatted, I learned that Swanhild has lived here all by herself, and her adult children passed away a few years ago from illness. Despite this, she retains a positive attitude. Huh. You say all your children died? Well, we can't be for certain, but she's rather paranoid, but yet content. You'll do that. What wonderful hospitality from a wise elder. Wisdom from an elder. Even less stress gain, and a tiny bit of monthly lifestyle experience. Wild traversing a challenging Pavanella. I hear laughter ahead. My bodyguard, Arcus, and my caravan master Zolto are working together across a narrow, rocky watercourse. Arcus, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant, he exclaims. Arcus replies to Trevor, and your quick thinking. These long grasses time together. Seems as if the obstacles led to a new friendship. This will hasten our journey indeed. Here we are. I take it some time to travel to the more remote parts of Salerno, where there is a great ancient stone monument. I was just curious and wondered what it was like. Upon arriving at the location, I walked at the monument and examined it further. Though its shape is crude, it was clearly carved by human hands. It was also an impressive size. I could see why the locals have been unable to move it anywhere. One has to wonder how it got here in the first place. My scholarly instincts tell me to investigate the monument further. Been learning a bit of lifestyle experience. So there you go. I examined it. And now we go back to the path where we once came. Frontier raid? No, actual conquest. As a silhouette of EPE looms ahead, the rugged outlines of hill forts command the landscape. A brutish-looking group of warriors approach. Their leaders courses them on. Lord nods. We're men from Principe Cascaris, and for a small fee we can protect you on the journey. What say you? Our travel's pretty safe, so I'll just rather get you instead. So I'll say, you look strong, how about you join me? Grimoire thinks. Though club-footed, but he is strong. And some of that negates due to the fact he's club-footed. So that's good. Come on along with us. Did you see that? Over 4,000 men that Benevento has. All thanks to him being this great martial ruler. Although the strength could be reduced sometime. We stopped to rest one night at a tavern while I'm sitting in a corner peacefully enjoying some Longobardo music. Door barges open and a large silhouette appears. Fire swaggers in and the atmosphere immediately changes. The people bow on their heads in reverence. Some swoon and the barkeep immediately pours it. Apparently famous for free drinks. Is being a farmer really so special here? I can be like that if I train. Until June 17th next year. You got high promise. Put that to use. Saving money for another archery tournament or something. Because I've been missing out on some archery lately. Look, the reason why it's like, yes, it's completed. I did all the main objectives, but the reason why it hasn't been finished yet is that, by the way, we're up size 12. And you have to have 8 counties, so yeah, we're way above that. So you have to wait until the beginning of next year to make it happen. So we're just stalling for time here. Because I will end the episode as soon as the aspiration's complete. While we will slowly try to gain the growth for Salerno. That increased autonomy, when does it expire? Uncooperative guilds. This is also ravaged by war recently by us. Almost there, then I can do some inspection. Perhaps I can use that inspection activity to go to Salerno and try to improve control over there. They've been vassalized. So Beneventos are equal. Yes, alliance expand. One second. Look down. We'll still have our alliance with them. There you go. Just in case the Benevento attacks us for whatever reason. Here we go. January. Against the odds, I've established a Muslim foothold in mainland Southern Italy for Islam. As a powerful Muslim emir, I now command the respect of infidel and believer alike. The Muslim world, which once dismissed us as a lost cause at the mercy of the infidels, is at last starting to show us the attention and regard that I and my brave subjects deserve. Were it not for immense efforts and sacrifices, we have lost this land to non-believers. How do we secure my position against our enemies on this peninsula? Great opportunities await us. We could continue to strike north, attacking the heartlands of Christianity. We could build our trade networks and develop our cities, bringing civilization to this war-torn region. There is much that this beautiful land can offer us, and the future holds much promise. Southern Italy is within Dar al-Islam at long last. Gain 1,000 piety, 1,000 prestige, 90 legitimacy, and we gained additional 800 men to Bari. Decision to manage the Sicilian Frontier is permanently cheaper now. 1 martial lifestyle perk, and 2,000 renown. It kind of gives me respect for it. It's a way of saying, well done. Well, since I'm control intensive these days, this makes the most sense. Serve the crown. And I will pick up a bit of dread. Just a bit of natural dread. Just to make some people feel a little bit intimidated towards me. So that we'll know that Sawdan is not to be messed with. So yes, we're here to stay. And one last thing before we get out of here. Let the fun out. New Dynasty Legacy. So now, domain taxes of those of the different faith, which there is a lot of it, goes up. Development growth 0.05 a month, so it goes up. travel will be slightly safer. And we have another legacy in Castellamento. So now we have a bit of a defender advantage. Castle buildings, the construction cost will be cheaper. Reduced chances of Sicilian strongholds decreasing control and development. And could bargain further bonuses when taking decisions to bargain with the strongholds. And in future, and for nostalgia. And eventually, permanently end the Sicilian Frontier. There's a lot more work to do because our main focus right now is to, we'll start improving the realm, and also in future revitalize the Sicilian Frontier, which you have to wait until 10 years since the struggle concluded, which based on his health, I think he'll be around for that, especially that he has a level of fame of being illustrious and all, and has the realm size to support that, so he'll be around to revitalize it. So, as I said, in the next episode, we'll begin inspection to try to improve Salerno. Because this needs help. Because we do have good control, but there is more work to be done, and we need to help out and cooperate for all that. While it'll be much difficult to try to establish Islam here compared to what they're doing. But I believe we're just better off, because taxes from those of a different faith will go up, so take advantage of what you have. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode as the reign of Sawdan continues, and hopefully more children that will have hope for a few more sons and more. Oh, and just got a bit of trade experience for Greeks due to administrative experience, so I'll behave a bit more into administrating, and I'm going to start building buildings, inspections, build buildings, and all that to improve the realm, strengthen our military, improve the economy, and more. That should be our priority in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.